again, Bidondi for TruthRadioShow.com. Today is Tuesday, May 13th of 2014, and we've got a lot of news to talk about. Two articles I want to highlight on Infowars.com. One is Homeland Security, TSA Supervisor from JFK International Airport gets arrested for having sex with children from, I think it was the Dominican Republic, I'm not sure, but if I read the article right, and he quoted, I thought they were 16-year-old girls, the 15-year-olds were 16, he quotes, like that really matters. But again, it's more dampering image of TSA of what they really are, and I'm not saying all of them are like that, because I met a couple of good people that do work for the TSA, but unfortunately they know too that the TSA is mostly about intrusion on people's rights. It's also about conditioning the public to submit to the tyranny, and you know, it's just disgusting what's going on, and it's bad enough that they ruin people's vacations. They gotta grope kids, put them on a terrorist watch list, a 6-month-year-old on a terrorist watch list. The parent can't touch the child for 6 hours. I mean, it's disgusting what's going on. Radiating people, getting your naked body image, and if you don't want that, they're going to give you an external pat down, which are going to touch every private part of your body. And speaking of disgusting, now you have the Department of Defense now joining in on stockpiling weapons, but they're stockpiling C4 and liquid explosives. As you see, the Homeland Security stockpiling on hundreds of millions of rounds of, 2 billion rounds of hollow point ammunition and armored tanks and so on, and now the Department of Defense is stockpiling on lots of C4 and liquid explosives. So what are they getting ready for? And sure enough, it's not against foreign enemies, and Homeland Security already stated that it's for domestic terrorism, for the domestic use on the American people. And who they classify as the terrorist? It's us, the gun owners, us, the constitutionalists, us, the Bible supporters, us, the Constitution supporters, us, the Ron Paul supporters. That's who they classify as terrorists. Or anybody, even if you're not a Christian, anybody that believes in liberty and freedom and the Founding Fathers and who preaches against the New World Order, you're a terrorist according to Homeland Security and the FBI. Right in their own documents, Operation Endgame and FBI's Project Megiddo. And the Southern Poverty Law Center's countless documents demonizing us gun owners and constitutionalists and Christians as domestic terrorists. So yes, it's a war against the American people. They're gearing up for something, folks, and it sure is not an enemy from another country. It's the enemy called the people who believe in liberty. That's the enemy, folks, and they openly state that in the documents. So get ready for another 1776, because that's around the corner. I hope it doesn't come to that, but you know, the writings are on the wall. They're looking right toward another 1776. And last but not least, Harvard University to conduct black mass ritual, satanic ritual. I went there last night. I was called by Infowars.com to go to Harvard University in Massachusetts. Due to overwhelming protesters, it was huge. I mean, people from all over the country gathered there, churches and such, to protest. Even Satanists protested, because I interviewed a lot of people on both sides, and the Satanists were telling me that these are not real Satanists. It was some guy who was trying to promote a movie. It's basically a big publicity stunt, and I was from the local Satanists, and there was other group of Satanists there that were pissed off that the event was canceled, and a couple of them ran into a church across the street and basically started causing chaos in there, screaming "Hail Satan!" And a lot of chaos broke out from that, and you had the Catholics screaming at the Satanists, the Satanists screaming at the Catholics. And you had Christians there, people of all denominations, and multiple satanic groups. When I say multiple, I mean different levels. And it was crazy there. And it was canceled, and we tried to get a comment from the president of Harvard University, and she was unavailable for a comment. But they said it was supposed to be postponed to a new location. Then it ended up being canceled altogether. So, but the thing is, this stuff, folks, is going on in the public. as we talked about last year, where they had the H.P. Lovecraft Festival in Providence, Rhode Island, at the water fire, the Druid ceremony or water fire they have every Saturday during the good weather in Providence, Rhode Island, and they had a gigantic ritual right on the Fire Festival, which was a Satanic holiday, and the stars were aligned and everything. Last year they had this giant, basically Satanic ritual, the H.P. Lovecraft ritual. Thousands of people from all over the country, some from Canada, came to celebrate H.P. Lovecraft. Now, people say, oh, he's just a fiction writer. No, he's not just a fiction writer. Regardless of him writing these fictitious books, these books do indwell real talismans, symbolism, real occultic powers, and I even talked to Doc Marquise. There's a ritual that H.P. Lovecraft created, a real ritual that not even top-level Satanists would attempt. Aleister Crowley himself would not attempt this ritual because H.P. Lovecraft never finished the ritual. He died before he got to finish it, basically to bind back the demonic powers. Basically, when you summon them, you have to bind them back. This is in the spirit world. But in any of us, he will take the blood of Jesus Christ to do so, the blood of Yeshua Messiah, the blood of the Lamb, to bind any of these evil spirits. But when these occultists attempt to do these rituals, it actually kills them. And it's horrible stuff that's going on. And this stuff is not a joke. The Necronomicon is not just a fictitious book. I mean, there's a lot of real occultism in this. And again, thousands gathered even from Canada, from all over the United States, to take part in this ritual. And last night, you had tons of people, multiple satanic groups, also gathering there to watch the ritual and try to take part of it. And yet again, it was canceled. So it shows you, folks, they are openly displaying their agenda. I mean, look at the Super Bowls, the last 3 Super Bowls. Look at the last 2 Olympics, the open and closing ceremonies, the last 3 halftime shows of the Super Bowls. I mean, these people are blatantly saying what they want to do, folks. The New World Order is rife. That's what that's trying to tell you. And again, what I mentioned, there's different levels of Satanists. So a lot, it's in the occult. There's many levels that don't know much as the top elite do. And I don't have time to get into all that right now. But folks, we are under attack spiritually. And yes, we know the mainstream media and the government love to divide people by racial profiling, divide people by political correctness, based on politically, racially, and spiritually as well, as demonizing Christians as a new hate group now. It's no longer Muslims, but Christians now. And as you've seen that with the Homeland Security, FBI documents, and so on, the Southern Poverty Law Center. So a lot of this is to blame by the mainstream media and such, but however, this was a country that was formed on the Judeo-Christian principles. And the thing is about an occult. A cult is not a religion. People say it's their First Amendment freedom of expression. Yes, nothing wrong with that, in their eyes anyway. And if a cult wants to practice, yes, okay, it's their First Amendment to do so. However, a lot of top satanic cults, that holidays reveal right there. When they kill, actually sacrifice human beings, sexually molest human beings, that's no longer right. If they're doing a peaceful one, that's the First Amendment to do so. But when they're actually harming another human being, that no longer becomes a right. Because this stuff was actually outlawed up until, I think, about 50 years ago. This stuff was actually outlawed in this country to do such things. And, it just shows you how society is twisted. And how the godless society is taking place, and folks, we're under attack spiritually as well. And this goes beyond the money, beyond the politics. It's always, the root of everything is always spirituality, regardless of what you believe. And again, like I always say, the rulers of this planet, the elite, regardless of what you may believe, the rulers of this planet believe in Lucifer as God. They want about 8 billion people, 7 billion people on this planet dead, and that includes you, and all these different levels of Satanists and witchcraft. They want you dead too. Don't think you're part of the club because you're not. You serve evil, you get evil, bottom line. And I don't have time to discuss everything about the occult. It's so much vast information about that. But I'm just here to tell you folks, just keep your spiritual guard up, because You know, they are coming out of the woodwork, right in the wide open, right in public now, to display their occultism, to display their Illuminati symbolism, and also to display their agenda of one world government, one world religion, and one world economy, the New World Order. And that, my friends, is what the Bible calls Satan's kingdom. The temporary kingdom at that. Anyway, this is Dan Bidondi for Truth Radio Show. Have a good day. God bless.